Here's Precal lesson 25, number 9. It says, graph the set x is a member of the real such that the absolute value of x plus 3 is greater than 6 on the real number line. So I'm going to draw a number line graph. Something like that. And I'll have some arrows pointing different ways. I'll have some numbers on there. I realize that I have an absolute value equation. So just with common sense, you can look at this x plus 3 greater than 6. If you wanted to, in your mind, ask yourself, the absolute value of what plus 3 is 6, you could probably say x could be 3, right? Because if you stuck a 3 in there, you'd have 3 plus 3 is 6. Or x could be negative 9, because if you went negative 9 plus 3, that'd give you negative 6, but the absolute value of negative 6 is 6. So the only reason I'm mentioning that is because that kind of explains why I'm wanting to pull this apart into two equations, or they're not equations, they're inequalities. Okay, I have to pull it apart because there's a negative solution, or there's the chance that whatever's inside here is a negative, but then it turns positive because we take the absolute value of it. Or there's also a positive solution. There's two solutions basically. There's a solution where this inside part is negative, and there's a solution where the inside part is positive. So we want to find the two solutions, so that's why we're pulling it apart like that. So I always do it the same way. I write the negative way on the left and the positive way on the right. Now when you write it the negative way, or the negative case scenario, you have to flip this inequality, and you turn, hopefully it makes sense why you would turn this right side negative, and then just solve it. Okay, so it gives me x is less than negative 9, and we said negative 9, and we're probably going to get a 3 over here. There we go. And then the reason I write the negative case scenario on the left is because that's where it is on my number line. So now I can just draw a negative 9, and then I'll draw a 3. And then, let's see, the arrow's pointing left, and I don't have an underline under here, so it's going to be an open circle with an arrow pointing left. Or in other words, it's the numbers that are less than negative 9. And this one's going to go point that way. And that's letter A. Now letter B, I'm not going to I'm not going to do all the explaining. I'm just going to show you how to get the answer. So we got x minus 2 less than or equal to 5. So in the positive one, it's going to be x minus 2 less than or equal to 5. You leave it alone in the positive case scenario. I'll write positive over here. The negative case scenario, you're going to flip the inequality the other way, like reverse the direction of the inequality, and take the negative of whatever's on the right hand side. Okay, that's just kind of that's the procedure. And you're going to solve both sides. And it's going to be negative 3, and add 2, and there's a 7. And I'll draw a number line, and I'm kind of lazy, so I only want the numbers that all I care about is these two numbers on my graph. And then I see that this arrow is pointing to the right, and also I can think of it as being, it is the numbers that are greater than negative 3, so it's going to go this way. And this one's going to be the numbers that are less than negative 7. Or sorry, less than 7. Let me check what it says right here. There we go. It's going to point that way. And I think that's it. And I should have looked this up and checked it before I showed it to you to make sure I've got it right. I have the Oh, well, you have the answers in your book too, don't you? The answers to number 9. So I could check them if I want to. This is 25, number 9. 25. Searching in my book right now. Number 9. Yep. So there's their answers. Okay?